They say success is the best revenge, but Michael B. Jordan just took it to a level Hollywood has never seen before. While the world was cheering for his massive Oscar win, a dark secret was brewing behind the scenes. We've obtained exclusive details of a leaked audio, a recording so private, so desperate, it's sending shockwaves through the Harvey household. It's not the confident Lori Harvey you know, it's a woman broken, pleading, and begging for a second chance that might never come. Tonight, we're peeling back the layers of this final betrayal. Did Michael just checkmate the woman who once called him corny? Stay tuned, because this transcript changes everything. To understand why this leaked audio is such a massive deal, we have to go back to June 2022. Back to the moment when the world thought Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey were the it couple of Hollywood. They were everywhere: red carpets, private vacations, and even Thanksgiving dinners with the Harveys. Michael wasn't just dating Lori, he was fully invested. He was moving with a level of intention that most men in his position wouldn't even dream of. He introduced her to his mother, a move he had only made a few times in his entire life. Steve Harvey himself was on national television calling Michael a good man and solid. Everything looked perfect on paper. But then, the rug was pulled out from under him. The breakup didn't just happen, it was a public execution of Michael's ego. While Michael was sitting courtside at a basketball game, trying to maintain his composure, reports were already hitting the blogs that Lori had ended things. The narrative being pushed was that Lori wanted her freedom. She wasn't ready for the seriousness or the marriage talk that Michael was allegedly bringing to the table. Suddenly, the man who had played Creed and Killmonger was being labeled as too intense and corny for a girl who just wanted to have fun. But here is where the contrast gets dark. While Michael went into hiding to lick his wounds, the Harvey camp didn't stay quiet. Marjorie Harvey, Lori's mother, started posting these cryptic, shady quotes on Instagram about moving on and knowing your worth. There was this underlying energy that Michael simply wasn't enough for the Harvey lifestyle. Even more damaging were the rumors, the quiet whispers that Michael only dated a certain type of woman and that Lori was just a placeholder. For months, Michael B. Jordan became the punchline of every corny guy joke on the internet. He was the guy who tried too hard, loved too much, and ended up being replaced by Damson Idris within months. Lori moved on with lightning speed. She was seen out and about, glowing, living her best life, while Michael was locked away in the gym and on film sets. To the public, it looked like Lori had won the breakup. She had the beauty, the new man, and the main character energy, while Michael was just working. But that work was silent, and it was deadly. While Lori was busy being a socialite and navigating the Hollywood dating scene, Michael was manifesting the greatest comeback in the history of modern cinema. Fast forward to the 2026 Oscars. The room is filled with the elite. The tension is palpable. When Michael B. Jordan's name was called as the Best Actor winner, the entire world shifted. That wasn't just an award, it was a validation. It was a statement that the corny kid from Newark, the guy who was too serious for Lori Harvey, had reached a pinnacle that very few human beings ever touch. And in that moment of absolute peak success, the power dynamic didn't just shift, it flipped upside down. This is the context you need to hear that leaked audio. Because for 2 years, Lori Harvey moved like she was the one who held all the cards. She moved like Michael was lucky to have even been in her presence. But as soon as that Oscar was in his hand, the realization hit her like a freight train. She hadn't just ended a relationship, she had fumbled a generational talent. She had traded a future king for a temporary vibe. Reports from inside the Harvey household suggest that the night of the Oscars was not a celebration. It was a wake-up call. Seeing Michael standing there, polished, respected, and internationally honored, triggered something in Lori that we've never seen before: regret. Pure, unadulterated regret. The boss babe who didn't want to be tied down suddenly found herself staring at her phone, drafting messages to a man who used to beg for her attention, but now wouldn't even give her a read receipt. The contrast is staggering. In 2022, he was the one looking for closure. In 2026, she is the one looking for forgiveness. In 2022, she was the one who wanted distance. In 2026, she is the one trying to bridge the gap. But as this leaked audio reveals, Michael B. Jordan isn't that same guy anymore. He isn't the man who was content with being a stepson to Steve Harvey or a trophy for Lori. He has leveled up into a version of himself that no longer has room for the people who doubted him when he was down. This isn't just about a breakup anymore. It's about the brutal reality of what happens when you treat a king like a commoner, only to watch him take his throne without you. This is the part that has the entire industry paralyzed. We aren't just talking about a text message or a DM. We are talking about a leaked audio recording that captures a side of Lori Harvey the public has never heard. For years, she maintained this unbothered persona, the girl who moves on without a second thought. But in this 3-minute clip, that mask completely slips. The audio reportedly begins with heavy breathing and the distinct sound of muffled sobbing. You can hear Lori's voice, trembling, as she repeatedly calls out Michael's name. Sources say she sounds unrecognizable, stripped of the glamour, stripped of the ego. She's heard saying, "Michael, I know I'm the last person you want to hear from, but seeing you up there tonight, it broke me. I realized I didn't just leave a relationship, I left the only man who ever truly saw me." But it gets even more intense. The audio captures her admitting that the freedom she craved was a lie. She's heard confessing that being with Damson was an attempt to make Michael jealous, a move that backfired the moment Michael stopped looking back. The most chilling part? When she begs for just 5 minutes of his time, promising that she's changed, that she's ready for the commitment she once ran away from. The speculation is wild. How did this get out? Some say Michael's inner circle leaked it to finally silence the Harveys. Others believe it was a final revenge move to show the world that while he was winning Oscars, his ex was at home, losing her mind. Michael's response to the audio? Total, stone-cold silence. He didn't reply, he didn't acknowledge it, and he reportedly blocked the number immediately after. This isn't just a leak, it's a public burial of a romance that Lori thought she controlled. The fallout from this leaked audio isn't just destroying Lori's reputation, it's ripping the Harvey family apart from the inside. For years, the Harveys presented a united front, the ultimate blended family goals. But behind the scenes, the tension has reached a breaking point. Sources close to the household say that Steve Harvey and Marjorie are at complete odds over how this situation was handled. Steve, who has always had a man-to-man respect for Michael B. Jordan, is reportedly livid. He's been seen in high-level meetings looking exhausted, and word is he told Marjorie straight up, "I told you he was a good one, and you let her throw it away for a vibe." Steve isn't just disappointed in the breakup, he's embarrassed. He's the one who vouched for Michael on national TV, and now he's watching his daughter beg for a man who has clearly outgrown the entire family. Meanwhile, Marjorie is in full damage control mode, but it's backfiring. She was the one who allegedly encouraged Lori to stay single and know her worth, subtly painting Michael as the problem. Now that Michael is an Oscar winner and Lori is the one looking desperate, Marjorie's influence is being questioned by everyone, including her own stepdaughters. Brandy and Carly Harvey have reportedly distanced themselves even further, staying quiet while the drama unfolds. There are whispers that the sisters feel Lori was always the favorite, and was given too much room to be reckless, while they had to move with more discipline. The leaked audio was the final straw. The Harvey household is no longer a sanctuary, it's a battlefield of regret and "I told you so's." Michael B. Jordan didn't just win an Oscar, he exposed the cracks in a family dynasty that thought they were untouchable. At the end of the day, Michael B. Jordan's journey from being labeled corny to standing on that Oscar stage with the world at his feet is the ultimate masterclass in moving in silence. He didn't need to bark back at the shade. He didn't need to post cryptic quotes to defend his character when Marjorie and Lori were controlling the narrative. He let his work, his discipline, and his results do the talking. And now, the very people who thought they were upgrading from him are the ones left in the dust, begging for a seat at a table that is no longer open to them. This leaked audio isn't just a scandal, it's a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that you should never mistake a man's kindness for weakness, and you should never assume that a good man will wait around forever while you find yourself in the arms of someone else. Michael has officially entered a new league, a league where he is the prize. He's no longer the guy chasing the it girl, he is the man that every it girl is now chasing. But as we've seen, once a king realizes his worth, he doesn't look back at the people who only saw his value once he put a crown on his head. The power shift is absolute. Lori Harvey is still beautiful, she's still wealthy, and she's still a style icon. But in the eyes of the public, she has lost the one thing money can't buy, the solid one. The one who was ready to build a legacy. So, now I want to hear from you. Is Michael B. Jordan right for staying completely silent and letting this audio do the talking, or do you think exposing Lori like this is going too far? Do you believe she truly regrets losing him, or is she just attracted to the new Oscar winner status he carries? And let's talk about the Harveys. Is this the beginning of the end for their perfect family image? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I know you'll have plenty to say about this one. If you made it to the end of this breakdown, you're a real one. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video with anyone who's been following the MBJ and Lori saga, and subscribe to your Crown L for more exclusive updates and deep dives that you won't find anywhere else. Stay locked in, because in Hollywood, the story is always evolving, and we'll be right here to break it down.